Hi, I'm Christina. I'm here with Max Cavalera. How do sort of the crowds differ at your different projects?
When I play with Cavalera, I get a lot of older Sepultura fans, guys that I thought I'm never gonna see again. They come out, oh, play some Sepultura.
How's the next record coming along? Like when I hear you kind of doing shorter songs.
A lot of people forgot about the power of short songs. When you got an album like Raining Blood, those short songs are so amazing. They're so powerful and they're like so short. You can do everything in a minute and a half song. Me and Igor, we did a conscious decision to try to make some of the shorter songs. We recorded a bunch of them. It turned out pretty good. By the time you get to the end of the album, you kind of want to start again. Rather than, I can't believe I finished this album. You know, I've been sitting here for 3 hours.
It's almost like a punk rock sort of ethic.
Yeah, it's more closer to punk mentality. Shorter albums, shorter songs, which I think is where Slayer got the idea anyway for Raining Blood, because they all listen to punk music. It's like the baby brother of metal is hardcore. We do a lot of festivals in Europe, and I play with Sick of It All, I play with Agnostic Front and Cro-Mags and all these bands that I love it, and I grew up listening to it, you know, New York hardcore. And it's so cool to play with them and share the same audience, and they see, and they also understand that, and they know that their crowd nowadays is not made just of hardcore fans, it's also made out of metal fans. And you know, they love that, so it's the crossover is happening, nobody could stop.
So you worked with Roger from Agnostic Front?
Definitely my favorite hardcore collaboration. Roger to me is like, Agnostic Front is like the godfather of New York hardcore, maybe the most legendary band of the whole period. Of you know, Sick of It All, Cro-Mags, Gorilla Biscuits, CBGB's era. You know, they ruled New York for so many years. And Roger is such a great figure. You know, his life is very interesting. You know, he's been to jail like for 10 years and has come out of jail and had put the band back together and clean his life. He loved me and Igor, and was very proud to be part of the Cavalera album. I was very proud that we asked him. And we did really good. There's a song called Lynch Mob. It turned out really, really, really great.
So the next Cavalera record will be out next year, yeah?
Right now we're doing the artwork. It's just being mixed. Probably around March, I believe, it comes out. And then we're going to probably go on tour with that.
Awesome.
And hopefully come back to Australia. We were supposed to come with Judas Priest. I don't know what happened, but they took us out of the bill in the last minute. Next year, let's see what happens.
Yeah, you could get like, you know, Judas Priest along to support maybe.
Yep.
A friend of mine was saying that when he found Sepultura, it was the first time he really kind of questioned religion and questioned spirituality. What do you kind of believe?
I believe in karma. Whatever you do to people, come back to you. So try to live a clean, good life, you know. To me, I believe there's a God, but it's not like Christian God. I don't need to go to church to find God. Could be anywhere, you know. But I know there's some kind of force, spirit. I believe every person has a soul. Every person has a voice inside their head telling right, wrong, that kind of stuff. But you know, I struggle like everybody else with things like you know, what happened after we die. I like to believe that there is another life and we go back and reincarnation type stuff. You know? I like to believe that. That's a nice idea. That you know, it's not finished. So you get back, you come back here. It's kind of weird if it just ends flat, black. Ended. Talk to some people, that's what they believe. It just ends black. That's it. I don't believe it.
There's something almost spiritual about heavy metal concerts, really.
Yeah. Metal shows are as close to ecstasy as you can get, and that's what I love about it. It's completely the level of unleash of expression in the crowd is so great that you feel like sometimes it's like some of these people are so fed up with the daily life of have to go to work and that stuff. Yeah. When they're right there with their favorite artist, you know, at that moment, they just want to scream on top of their lungs and go to the pit and, you know, stage dive. And I love that about metal. And I don't find that in other kinds of music. I've been to big pop shows like Neo. We play with Neo in Japan, Beyonce, and I'm walking around Beyonce's crowd. It's like a funeral. You know, everybody's just like this, like, just like, what the fuck? That's not what you come to a show for, you know. You're supposed to enjoy yourself and just let all those feelings out. And metal really does that. That's what I love about it.
I agree. I feel like there's a certain self-consciousness in all these other musics that they feel that you know, there's sort of a certain sort of insecurity in it, and there's something about heavy metal where it's just nothing else exists.
You stage dive, lose your pants,
Dress up like Gua.
buck naked in the crowd. It's all right. It's cool. Nobody's gonna stop you and make fun of you. It's part of the show. The show goes on.
Can you see kind of your sons becoming a part of sort of Cavalera one day and you know, taking Cavalera Conspiracy, you know, generations into the future? Or
They play drums all the time, and I think the little one now wants to play guitar so they can be in a band together, which is cool because they both play drums. And I always told them, you guys, the only way that's gonna work is just to have two drummers like Ministry, and I don't see that happen. They're actually looking for people to join the band and start a band. I think they're gonna be called Felons.
awesome.
It's like felony, you know.
So if you're a young bass player, send through your tape.
Yeah. So, you know, hopefully they'll carry on the music legacy, you know, that they created. They've been with music forever from their birth. You know, Zion Heartbeat starts Sepultura Chaos AD. They've been sleeping on the side of the stages with Ozzy singing, sleeping on guitar cabinets and shit, you know.
It's in their blood.
It is.
Do you ever find it kind of hard switching between sort of, say, writing for Soulfly and writing with Cavalera Conspiracy? Or
When I write the stuff, I kind of know what's gonna go to what. The way I play the riff is more, okay, this is gonna be better with Igor playing. I hear Igor's drums in my head.
did you hear sort of his drums in your head when you were writing stuff when you were apart?
Igor's drumming is very powerful, very unique. He's a guy that can make the drums sound like thunder, no matter what kind of drums. I see him sitting on the most piece of shit drums and make the whole thing sound like thunder. It's amazing. You know, he just has that on him since he was a kid.
How did you guys sort of discover metal?
A cousin of ours that took us to see Queen, and that was the beginning of the end. Next morning, I drove my parents nuts to go buy a Queen tape, and then my brother bought a Kiss cassette, and then from that point on, like, we just went, what's the next thing we should listen to? And people told us like Black Sabbath, and then people say AC/DC, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, and then we found Slayer and Venom and Metallica. That's when we wanted to make Sepultura.
Yeah.
That's when, all right, we gotta play this music. This music it was created for us to play.